Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back, and welcome if you are new. Today's episode, we're going to be talking all about rune crafting. Actually, no, we're really not going to be talking about rune crafting, but I'm literally going to be entering the level 90 rune crafting club probably tonight or maybe tomorrow. Very excited, very happy to do some soul runes. Really see if it's more XP than definitely blood runes at Zia. So stay tuned for that episode, talking about that probably tomorrow. I put out videos on this YouTube channel Monday through Saturday, and if you want all my social media, including my Discord information, links are down below. And if you want to follow along, click subscribe, click the like button. As always, let's get into today's video, which is talking about an iconic item on this game, an Abyssal Whip. So the Abyssal Whip on OSRS has now crashed below, or should I really say crash? I mean, is it really crashing, or is it just not very popular as other items really are on this game? So the Abyssal Whip, in my opinion, would probably be very useless if it wasn't for the tentacle that you actually get at the Cave Kraken. If it wasn't for the tentacle at the Cave Kraken, I mean, if we go ahead and very much click back to all, an Abyssal Whip probably would be nowhere near 3 mil back during 2020, even like 2022. I mean, let's go ahead and face, like, reality. The whole reason why an Abbey Whip has very much maintained its value is very much because of the Kraken Tentacle, which turns your Abbey Whip into an Abyssal Kraken doodad machine in a way. But obviously, this add-on came out very much with the Kraken release back in 10 April 2014. And since 2014, it's crazy to actually say this, but this is over 10 years old. Yeah, we've been playing this game for a while. Drop a comment down below if you were on OSRS when the Kraken Tentacle actually did come out. I definitely was, and I remember it. I very much remember buying one for my Abbey Whip, and I mean, you're just talking like it's utterly crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, this chart doesn't go all the way back, per se, but I mean, the Abyssal Whip has very much maintained its value over the course of, I want to say, the last, like, 10 years. But here's the reality. The reality is that there are so many better weapons now on this game than the Abbey Whip. It's just one of those weapons that is becoming a forgotten piece of equipment. Kind of like on RuneScape 3, an Abbey Whip is like one of the worst weapons you can actually have. Yeah, I'll say that again. An Abyssal Whip on RuneScape 3 is one of the worst weapons you could actually have. Isn't that absolutely just crazy when you say it out loud? So, I remember many years ago, when I first started playing RuneScape back in 2005, I ended up buying an Abyssal Whip back in 2006, and Abyssal Whips back during that time period were roughly about, like, give or take about 3 mil. It was pretty solid. It was pretty consistent. You basically had, like, a lot of people obviously camping and farming Abyssal Demons. But back during 2006, the reality is that not the typical player on this game actually had 85 Slayer. Kind of really sucks how I'm very late to the game when it comes to training Slayer, but I mean, I've made billions of GP on OSRS and many different methods besides Slayer, but by me training Slayer to 99 probably at the end of this year, I'm still going to be making a lot of money. Now, at the end of the day, Abyssal Whips are still phenomenal weapons to use on OSRS. People still PK with them. The Abyssal Tentacle Whip is even better. And I mean, sure, if you go to Abbey Demons and you get an Abyssal Whip drop, it's bling bling in your pocket. So it's not like it's, you know, 97,000 GP like RuneScape 3 whips pretty much are. Actually, hold on one second. RuneScape, Abyssal Whip. Don't quote me on it. I think an Abyssal Whip on RuneScape 3 is actually... Oh, man. I think it's like 75K. Let's go ahead and see. 26 January 2005. Ooh, man. 84,000. Yeah, 84,000. And on RuneScape 3, Abyssal Whips pretty much just crashed after... I mean, 2010, that's when there was a lot of, like, new items being added to the game, such as chaotic weapons. So that's the reason why, like, Abyssal Whips very much were on the decline. And then throughout 2011, you just had more weapons, overly campers. And then, of course, all throughout 2012, Evolution of Combat, it just, you know, became more and more on the very low end of stuff. So, at the end of the day, an Abyssal Whip is still a phenomenal weapon to have on your RuneScape account, OSRS account. But, I mean, Abyssal Whips are very much following in suit to the same level of, like, RuneScape 3, where they're crashing. I do remember back in 2005, when I started playing, I saw people with Abyssal Whips. I do remember back in 2006 when I got one, I thought I was the king of the world. I mean, literally to have your sounds on, like, in-game, especially playing RuneScape on a web browser, having your sounds on and seeing your character just whip that hill giant and just seeing you pretty much knock out, like, high, like, you know, attacks, it does make you feel really good that, well... you're having, like, the best weapon, so to speak, like, in the game. But at the same time, another thing, too, that the OS community really got as a treat, and this is something that a lot of people really forget exists on OSRS, is really the Abyssal Dagger. This came out 1 October 2015. Obviously, the Abyssal Dagger is a little more moolah. Now, the glorious thing about the Abyssal Dagger is that you can use it to train strength, okay? And this is definitely one item that does pack a punch, no pun intended, from Black Ops, Nazi Zombies, but it does pack a friggin' punch. I actually used this weapon to AFK bandits for 99 strength on OSRS, and I mean, it has, like, the same attack, like, the tick system pretty much as a Abyssal Whip, 2.4 seconds. Abyssal Whips are also 2.4 seconds too. And overall, I mean, an Abyssal Dagger, it's really not bad. Now, obviously, an Abyssal Dagger over many, many years, it's definitely gone down from 20 million GP. So this item is definitely crashed significantly. But, I mean, hey, can these items actually ever go back up in price? It's not like, it's weapons on RuneScape. They're not like, they're not like publicly traded companies on like the stock market. They're not like a piece of real estate. If a item goes down on this game, it's definitely because of a reason. One, it's because of, you know, supply and demand 101. Obviously, there's people putting a lot of these items into the game. There's more people getting them as drops. There's more people selling them. So there's more of a supply, not really a big demand. The price goes down. Okay, so that's pretty much like the oh boy, can't even talk right now. The biggest bread and butter of why a lot of items really do experience like a decline. What's the obvious? Well, the obvious is that there are better weapons to train strength rather than an Abyssal Dagger. Okay, this is obviously a level 70 weapon to wield. Obviously, OSRS definitely does have higher level weaponry. A fang is definitely one of those weapons that can very much train a little better, in my opinion. Sure, it is a little slower on the tick system, but at the end of the day, the special on the fang, it's a lot better than the Abbey Whip, and also a lot better than the Abyssal Dagger, because the special pretty much hits through, like, defense. So if something has a very high level of defense, It's gonna karate chop significantly, aka Bandos. Oh yeah, definitely good for going to Bandos. So I'm gonna wrap up today's episode with this. It is utterly remarkable how some phenomenal OG items in this game, some relics, are just very much just continuously crashing. And it really shows how RuneScape is truly a progressing game. Not a bad thing. Is it a good thing? Really depends if you want to preserve history. But for me personally, I'm just enjoying playing the game every single day. Very much happy. Very much, hopefully you all are doing great on your RuneScape grind as well too. Drop me a comment down below what you're working on RuneScape. And I'll see you all tomorrow with a brand new episode live stream. More than likely today as well too. Stay in touch, and like I said, if you want to follow my social media, links are down below. That's where I post a lot of updates and stuff. Otherwise, take it easy, everyone, and later.